All right, so this is the image packet or the video packet for Lab 9, or excuse me, whichever one the respiratory one is. Okay, so my page is all out of order, unfortunately, but there's not much here to look at, so I think you'll be able to sort your way through. First thing in respiration is this nice diagram. You'll notice there's a lot on it. So the easiest way you can kind of thin down to what you actually need to know is by taking your note sheet and see which of these features listed here are in your note sheet. So certain ones you might need to know is like the pharynx. The pharynx has the nasopharynx, the oropharynx, and the laryngopharynx. The esophagus you would want to know. Your different meatuses, like the superior, middle, and inferior. Know the sinuses it has here. Uvula, epiglottis, vestibular fold, or the vocal folds, your vocal cords. You get the idea. Just look through and figure out which ones you need to know. But the main, more important things that I want to know is your actual models. So we'll start with this one right here, which is on the back. We are looking at the trachea. So the trachea is this tube. This is where your windpipe air comes down. Once the trachea splits left and right, those are the primary bronchus. So the section right here and right here are the primary. They're directly split. There's only one split, one branch. Now once a primary bronchus then splits into smaller branches, these become the secondary bronchus or secondary bronchi. Once a secondary splits into even smaller ones, that is what's called tertiary. So tertiary are like these colored tips. So again, trachea, primary, secondary, tertiary. You see how it just gets smaller as each split happens? Okay, next is the lungs. So these models are a little hard to deal with, so I apologize if they start falling everywhere. Okay, case in point. So I'm going to just show you each lung individually, but you can see you have left and right lungs. This is sort of what it looks like within your image packet. So we'll start with our right lung. So the right lung is different because it has 3 lobes. We have the right superior lobe, the one on top, in blue here. So everything you see in blue is part of the right superior lobe. This yellow section, the smaller one, is the right middle lobe. It's in yellow. And then on the bottom, in this orange color, or maybe red color, pink possibly, is the right inferior lobe. Now, splitting the right superior lobe from the right middle lobe, you have the horizontal fissure. It's this gap. So see, you can open it up a little bit, but it's that gap between the two. And then between the right middle lobe and the right inferior lobe, you have another gap, another canyon. That is the right oblique fissure. So right oblique fissure. I think that's it for our right. So we had 3 lobes on the right. The left has 2 lobes. It does not have a middle lobe. So you have the left superior lobe and the orangey reddish color. Left superior lobe. and then down below you have the inferior lobe, the left inferior lobe. Now between the superior and the inferior, again, we have a canyon, a gap, a fissure. That fissure is the left oblique fissure. So it goes all the way along here, and then up through here. All right. So that is our image packets for the week, our video packet. We do have on the back here, we have this. It shows the pulmonary veins and pulmonary arteries. We learned about those last week, so I'm not going to go over them again. It also shows the cardiac notch. So the cardiac notch is where the heart fits in right next to the lung. So you'll see right there on the left lung there is a notch for the heart. Excuse me. All right. That is it for this week.